When you sit down to a salmon dinner, odds are that fish began its journey in Alaska's wild, icy waters. These waters are not just a source of food, but a lifeline for the people and wildlife that call this rugged land home. 95% of all wild salmon caught in the U.S. comes from this state, a land of mountains, glaciers, and rivers teeming with life. The sheer abundance of natural resources here is staggering, providing sustenance and livelihood for many. Alaska is massive, over twice the size of Texas, yet almost none of it is farmed. Its vast wilderness remains largely untouched, a testament to the enduring power of nature. Here, nature calls the shots. People harvest food from rivers, oceans, and forests, not fields. The bounty of the land and sea is gathered with respect and deep knowledge passed down through generations. Survival means understanding the land's ancient rhythms, respecting its power, and adapting to its challenges. The harsh climate demands resilience and ingenuity from those who live here. Farming is nearly impossible. The soil is thin, the ground frozen, and the weather unpredictable. Yet this has not deterred the spirit of the Alaskans. Yet Alaskans have found ways to thrive, blending tradition with innovation. Greenhouses and high tunnels extend the growing season, while modern techniques enhance traditional practices. It's about knowing when the salmon run, tracking moose, and using the short, intense summer to grow giant vegetables. Timing and knowledge are everything in this environment. Every meal here has a backstory of adventure and grit. From the hunt to the harvest, each bite is a testament to the hard work and perseverance of those who live here. This is Alaska's hidden harvest, a story of risk, resilience, and deep connection to the wild. The challenges are great, but so are the rewards. Welcome to the Last Frontier's Wild Pantry, where every jar and every meal tells a story of survival and harmony with nature. In Alaska, the climate is the boss, dictating every aspect of life, especially food. Here, nature sets the rules, and every meal is a testament to resilience. The land is both breathtaking and unforgiving, shaping the way people live, work, and eat. Winters are long, dark, and brutally cold. For months, the sun barely rises and temperatures plunge far below zero. The landscape transforms into a world of ice and shadow, testing the endurance of everyone who calls this place home. Permafrost locks the ground for most of the year, making traditional farming nearly impossible. The soil is frozen solid, and even when it thaws, it's often waterlogged or rocky, challenging even the most determined growers. The short summer is a frantic window for growing and harvesting. When the sun finally returns, it barely sets, flooding the land with light and energy. Farmers rush to plant, nurture, and harvest crops in a race against time. Most food strategies from the lower 48 simply don't work here. The unique climate and geography demand new approaches, and many traditional crops fail to thrive in these extreme conditions. Alaskans succeed by working with the land, not against it, maximizing every moment of sunlight and adapting to extremes. They experiment with greenhouses, cold frames, and innovative techniques to coax life from the stubborn earth. Only a sliver of land is suitable for cultivation, most is too steep, wet, or remote. The rest remains wild, a constant reminder of nature's dominance and the limits of human ambition. 95% of food is shipped in, making local harvest crucial and the state vulnerable. Any disruption, storms, shipping delays, or global crises, can leave shelves empty and communities at risk. This environment breeds resourcefulness and independence. Alaskans learn to fix what breaks, share what they have, and make do with less, turning obstacles into opportunities. When the growing season is short, they make every day count. Work stretches late into the endless daylight, and every harvest is a hard-won victory. When wild game is the main protein, they become expert hunters. Tracking, patience, and deep respect for the land are essential skills passed down through generations. When the ocean is their farm, they become world-class fishers. The bounty of the sea sustains communities, and fishing is both a livelihood and a way of life. Alaska's harvest is about more than food. It's about refusing to be defeated by a land that always fights back. Every meal is a celebration of perseverance, community, and the spirit to endure. Here, survival is an act of ingenuity. In Alaska, every bite is a triumph over adversity, and every harvest tells a story of courage and adaptation. Salmon is Alaska's lifeblood, culturally and economically. With thousands of rivers and lakes, commercial fishing is a massive, high-stakes industry. Fishermen use powerful boats and massive nets to haul in thousands of pounds of salmon, but it's one of the world's most dangerous jobs. Freezing waters, giant waves, and equipment failures make every trip a gamble. 1/3 of Alaska's work-related deaths happen in fishing. Now climate change is the new threat. Warming oceans disrupt salmon migration and food sources. The 2024 season saw a catastrophic 56% drop in catch, the lowest since 1985. Cheap, farmed salmon from abroad drives prices down, squeezing local fishers even more. The state is scrambling to save its most vital industry, with new laws and financial support. The future of wild salmon is uncertain, and every season is a gamble with higher stakes. For Alaskans, fishing is more than a job, it's survival and identity. But the odds are shifting, and the risks have never been greater. As wild salmon populations struggle and traditional fisheries face mounting challenges, Alaskans are turning to a new kind of seafood, oysters. Once considered a niche product, oysters are now at the heart of a quiet revolution along Alaska's rugged coastline. Mariculture, ocean farming, is booming here, with oysters cultivated in floating bags that drift in the cold, nutrient-rich bays. These waters, once dominated by wild salmon, are now home to a new generation of farmers who are reimagining Alaska's seafood future. This controlled harvest offers a sense of stability and predictability compared to the volatility and uncertainty of wild fisheries, where seasons can be cut short and catches can fluctuate wildly from year to year. But even with careful planning, nature still intervenes. In 2017, toxic algae blooms swept through the region, forcing farms to shut down and reminding everyone that the ocean remains as unpredictable as ever, no matter how advanced the technology. Since then, the industry has rebounded with better water testing, early warning systems, and innovative techniques that help protect both the oysters and the people who depend on them. Flip bag farming, for example, uses the power of the tides to gently tumble oysters, producing uniform, high-quality shellfish with less labor and fewer losses to predators or disease. In 2024, oyster production surged by an astonishing 80%, with 2.4 million oysters harvested, an all-time high for the state and a sign of just how quickly this industry is growing. With new farms opening and existing operations expanding, growth is expected to triple by 2025, bringing new jobs and opportunities to coastal communities. This isn't just about oysters, it's about building a resilient, diverse seafood economy that can weather the ups and downs of climate and market change. Alaskans are turning adversity into opportunity, using science, innovation, and sheer grit to create a new kind of gold rush, one that's rooted in sustainability and hope for the future. The oyster boom is proof that when the wild harvest falters, innovation and determination can fill the gap, ensuring Alaska's seafood legacy endures. Alaska's future may be farmed as much as it is wild, blending tradition with new ideas to sustain both people and the environment. The frontier spirit lives on, just beneath the waves, as Alaskans chart a bold new course for the next generation. Alaska's wild harvest isn't just from the sea, it's on land too. Plains, bison, icons of resilience, roam the state in managed herds, thriving in brutal cold. Harvesting bison is a careful balance of ranching and regulated hunting, with only about 230 taken each year. The real staple, though, is moose. Up to 200,000 roam Alaska, and 6,000 to 8,000 are harvested annually. A single moose can feed a family all winter, making the hunt a vital tradition and rite of passage. Success isn't guaranteed, moose are elusive, and hunts are strictly regulated to protect populations. These hunts require patience, skill, and deep knowledge of the land. Managing bison and moose is a delicate act, meeting demand while ensuring sustainability. It's about taking from the land with respect, always mindful of the future. Alaska's wild harvest is a lesson in balance, abundance, tradition, and stewardship. Alaska's short, intense summer brings nearly 24 hours of daylight, the midnight sun. This supercharges plant growth, producing giant vegetables in just 90 days. At the Alaska State Fair, you'll see 100-pound cabbages and pumpkins over 2,000 pounds. These giants are more than novelties, they're proof of what's possible in Alaskan soil and sun. The season is brutally short, so farmers race against the first frost, often harvesting by hand. Cool weather crops like cabbage, carrots, and potatoes thrive, growing sweet and crisp. Crops needing long heat, like tomatoes, are nearly impossible without special help. Alaskan farmers have mastered the art of maximizing this fleeting window. Even in one of the world's toughest climates, they produce a harvest that's both amazing and gigantic. It's a high-stress, high-reward game, one that defines Alaskan agriculture. The midnight sun's bounty fades fast, and winter brings a new challenge: fresh produce. For most of the year, greens are flown in at great cost, making them a luxury. Enter controlled environment agriculture, hydroponics and greenhouses, where crops grow indoors, regardless of the weather. Hydroponics lets plants grow in nutrient-rich water, while greenhouses trap heat and light, often with artificial help. Lettuce is the star, harvested every few weeks and delivered fresh to local stores. The goal: self-sufficiency in greens, reducing dependence on imports. It's not easy. These systems require big investments in tech and energy, but the payoff is fresh, local food and new jobs, even in the dead of winter. Alaskans are proving that with innovation, you can grow green life in a world of white. Harvesting food in Alaska is only half the battle. Keeping it safe is just as critical. The environment brings unique risks, from warming oceans to remote logistics. Food safety is essential for public trust and industry survival. In 2017, toxic algae shut down oyster farms, forcing rigorous new testing and transparency. Even indoor farms aren't immune. A 2018 E. coli outbreak in hydroponic lettuce was a wake-up call. These incidents led to stricter safety standards and constant vigilance. Whether it's seafood or greens, Alaskan producers carry huge responsibility. They're not just feeding communities, they're protecting health and reputation. Behind every meal is careful, unseen work to ensure safety. In Alaska, quality control is as vital as the harvest itself. In 2025, Alaska stands at a crossroads: wild harvest or controlled agriculture. The state's identity is rooted in wild salmon, moose, and untamed abundance. But climate change and global markets threaten this legacy. Some fight to protect wild resources, while others champion innovation: oyster farms, hydroponics, and food independence. The future likely blends both, honoring tradition while embracing new ways to grow. Alaska's story is one of adaptation, balancing wild bounty with tamed fields. The next chapter will demand wisdom, courage, and legendary grit. The last frontier's harvest is changing, but its spirit endures.